let me introduce myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Yi. I'm currently a junior in high school in the US. My mentor, Dr. Sun from California State Polytechnic University of Pomona, is not able to join me today. And the title of my presentation is an intelligent mobile application to automate the conversion of emails to task management using AI and machine learning. As it may be inferred from the title, the issue this program is designed to tackle has to do with time management. Despite the overwhelming amount of task management tools such as Google Calendar, Notion, Smartsheets, Microsoft Outlook, and that's just scratching the surface. According to a survey of 500 employees across a wide variety of industries, 25% of people still do not employ any of the task management systems and simply do whatever seems most important at that specific moment. Unsurprisingly, the survey also showed that this is the least effective time management system, and a large percentage of the people say that their work does not feel under control most of the time. And so this is clearly an issue as it can lead to chronic stress and loss of opportunities. Okay, let's discuss the current software in use. As touched upon before, there are many time management tools, and these programs are all very advanced with like different ways to view our schedule. They can be synced with different apps, etc. However, a feature that they don't have is that they generally cannot automatically compile to-do list tasks directly from your inbox. They require you to enter it in yourself, or at least requires some human input. This means that it's really easy to forget tasks. You could forget to enter them, and this could result in missing important events such as registration dates. In addition, a problem that's quite prevalent is people not reading their emails. For example, 72% of the college students say that they treat emails from school administrations as spam, and 39% just don't open emails from academic advisors. Because of the heavy load of emails, this is not unreasonable or even unexpected. However, many opportunities will be missed. And this also means that many of the successful apps such as Google, Notion, etc., cannot be used as successfully by this portion of the population because they require you to read your email in order to function effectively. You cannot add a task that you don't know of into your calendar, for example. And although there are apps, although some of the current apps in use have a sort of invite-esque function where if the author of the email sends an invite and it's accepted on the receiver's end, the meeting or task will automatically be added to both calendars. But it's not advisable to rely on the email sender to send out invitations in order to schedule someone's schedule. And also it will be impossible for organizations to send out mass invites or similar functions to a mass number of people. And in order to solve this issue, we had the idea to create a program that creates to-do lists directly from your inbox as emails come in. And we decided to name this app to-do. And the main function of this app is that it doesn't require any human interaction. You should not have to click any buttons to accept invitations. And a program like this could help eliminate forgetting to add tasks into a calendar and subsequently forgetting. And also reading of emails is not necessary for this program to be used effectively, as the entire process is automatic. And the reason we chose to do a to-do list from emails instead of any other communication platform or create a calendar is because of one, how widespread email is, and also to-do list is the most prevalent time management system. So we thought we would merge the two. Okay, and as for how this will be accomplished, the information will flow through the app as follows. Once an email is received, it shall be accessed by the Python backend. This is where the text will be extracted from the email. We employ the natural language processing library NLTK because of its extremely powerful ability to parse and analyze text, including like tokenizing, classification, stemming, and tagging. This will allow us to understand every word within a sentence of the email. And once we have extracted the task, it will be sent to the front end via JSON where it will be displayed. And going to more specifics, there are roughly two parts to generating a task to be displayed on the front end. First, understanding what the actual task content is, and second, extracting the date and time where the task should be done. For extracting the actual task content, our algorithm uses NLTK to parse out the sentences and tag each word with a category that's under. For example, nouns, verbs, numbers, etc. And using this information, it is able to especially target action verbs to understand what the email is asking the user to do. And then there were analyses of the program's, of the email structure to actually understand it. On the other hand, in order to obtain the date, the program uses a variety of approaches, but it also begins with using NLTK to parse out the sentences and give it a tag of what type of word it is or whether it's a number. For date, we only need to consider the proper nouns and the numbers, as that's the only place it could be. And so when we search among them, the program checks for keywords such as like January and like several shortened versions of January, like just Jan or Jan with a lowercase j. And this is done for every month as well as week of the day. So like Monday, Tuesday, as well as Mon, Tues, etc. It also detects whether like a string of numbers are in fact a critical date or time. And in addition to this, an added challenge with time is we must determine whether it's AM or PM, and that has a significant impact on when the due date is. Another thing the program must do in relation to time is it must be able to check for relative time, because oftentimes in emails, especially less formal ones, people refer to time such as tomorrow, next week, next month, etc. So it must be able to understand relative time, for example, and it must definitely be able to understand the word next and make assumptions about when that actual date will be. Now, once the task and date is determined, we export our results to our front end. The back end and front end, our front end is spelled with Dart. We chose this as it allows us just to create beautiful interfaces relatively easily. Okay, and here is a quick example of the demo. So once you go into the app and once you sign in, you can see just like you can see a list of all of the tasks sorted by the date. Yeah, and we have a current and a history tab, but the current is upcoming tasks and the history is all past tasks. And here's the history. They look essentially the same except for the date. And another function is you can click onto the task to see the actual email text so that you can better determine like whether or not you want to actually do the task, or better understand what the task is if the parsing and the task extraction is insufficient. Now, in order to see the results and feedback for this program, we conducted a few experiments. In the first experiment, we wanted to verify the effectiveness of the app at identifying different types of tasks and how beneficial it is for different types of tasks. We chose a group size of 40 different tasks under 4 different categories. There are course schedule, volunteer activity, driving activity, and sports activity. Results are collected to see if the app helps the user save time by scheduling all the tasks automatically. As you can see on the graph, all tasks in different types have a relatively high rate of saving time. However, there are obvious differences. Our AI seems to function much more effectively in class scheduling than any of the others, followed by sports activity, volunteer activity, and driving activities are the lowest. Next, we also wanted to see who would benefit most from this app. So we designed a user experience questionnaire to survey 100 users. The 100 users were all divided into different age groups, from say like 10 to 20 is the age group and 20 to 30 is the age group, and so on. Everyone would have to rate the app, and I included the lowest scoring group and the highest scoring group on this presentation. The age demographic that liked the app the most is between 10 and 20-year-olds. As you can see on the left, over 90% scored or rated the app as 90% and like 90% and above. 100 is the most. And the demographic that liked the app the least was from 30 to 40-year-olds, where only 50% said that they liked the app. This gave us a score of 90. As for similar programs, there are some that have similar-ish methods, but with very different applications. For example, one is the Talking Diary. It's an app for Android that takes audio notes to process and sort into tasks. It has 3 main components: a classifier, scheduler, and a working hour calculator. And when comparing this app with To-Do, there are many differences. For one, although both uses NLP, natural language processing, and the point of To-Do is to attach all human involvement in generation of To-Do lists, while Talking Diary wants people to leave verbal notes. And another one is PyHop. It is a hierarchical task network planner written in Python. And within this platform, there are basically 3 categories of items one can enter: task, goals, and actions. The main difference is that as PyHop and between the two is that To-Do focuses more on task acquisition and making that process as painless as possible, while PyHop focuses more on managing your task and managing your time once you know what tasks you're going to do. And lastly, there's Schedule Me. It has 4 main components: data engineering, intelligent task breakdown, and scheduling using constraint programming, reinforced learning for personalized task scheduling, and user-centered interaction design. Schedule Me is basically able to scrape information from all relevant websites, such as school websites, and store them into a database. It's also able to automatically break down tasks for you using constraint programming. Furthermore, it will organize your tasks to optimize information retention. And the main difference between these two apps is that I think To Do is more focused on just like allowing for a wider variety of tasks. Everything that basically comes into your inbox, it goes on a to-do list and you can decide whether or not you want to do it. It's more of a task compiler. And although Schedule Me also has that component, they are scraping from websites where you know you have to do the task, such as like school websites. And there are still like great limitations to the app. For example, the rate at which the app is identifying and saving tasks from the email can still be improved, especially for non-course related tasks. In addition, it could get better at extracting the task. For example, like just a better summary, if you will, of the email, like for to put at the front of the page, front of the app. And these all impact the reliability and dependability of the app. In addition, further research will involve using sample emails with wider array of topics as we improve the app, which should increase its adaptability and dependability. In addition, we should collect more user feedback, especially written user feedback, so that not only do we know which age group is enjoying the app the most, we can also understand why that is. And this information will be very important for the future. Thank you for listening.